I mean, we had to call this special session to talk about Captain America: Civil War. Um, because I feel like it's highly regarded as one of the best MCU movies, but we got some folks that disagree, and it's an adaptation of a comic, so I feel like we should discuss it.
It's on two fronts. Like I said before, I kind of want to do why it was bad to some people. We could do that one. I also want to see whose side people was on. So,
Hmm.
and I don't know if everyone read the comic. I didn't technically read it. I just know about it. So I know if people reference the comic, I could still speak on it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I just read the comic recently, and to be honest, it made me appreciate the movie a little bit more. Um,
Crazy.
it's just, I mean, there's a lot of key differences,
All right.
but
All right.
like I think it kind of like hammers home like Tony Stark in the movie in the MCU. Like they gave him a good character arc in the MCU that I mean I don't know. That's kind of like what they were building up to. That was the whole point, and they kind of use they use this I guess this comic arc to kind of do that, but I don't know. But go ahead, Johnny. Speak your truth, man.
Now I'll go last. I have the most to say. I'll let everyone else say their piece.
Should go first because from what I assume most of us like this movie and understand what they were trying to do. Does anyone else feel like a Johnny and don't really have
you cutting out a little
interpretation
bit,
of it?
Trey. You cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, that mic
You might
trash.
have to. You might have to
Damn.
update go on like your Discord settings and go to the mic and like update the sensitivity or something.
Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's way better. Okay. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying. I think I can't speak for everybody else, but I assume most of us here enjoyed the interpretation that they put out for the film. So I think that Johnny should go first, so we can kind of like know which angle to tackle this discussion for the disagreeers.
Okay. All right. So I think it's a terrible adaptation from start to finish. I think it completely misses the entire point of Civil War as a comic. And I feel like personally, the way I view adaptations is you have to justify why you are creating an adaptation over an original story. And I feel like they should have gone with an entirely original story and title and made their own movie rather than piggyback off of the Civil War title because it has every like storyline, plot point, and all of the stakes that go along with the comic book, and the movie is just done infinitely worse. Just from the beginning of the motivations, for me, Wanda um, trying to save Captain America and accidentally, blows up the building with a few people in it. Um, for me, that's an unbelievable like catalyst for the story beginning. I just can't see how they could sit there and allow them to be like, oh, like the superheroes are, they need to be controlled by the government and they need to be watched, and it's just not believable to me. Like because it's clearly like an accident. It's not a instance of superheroes being reckless with their powers or misusing their powers and that resulting in people's deaths or injury. So that's one. Spider-Man's inclusion
Ooh.
to me is really weak in Civil War, especially compared to the comics, but in the movie in itself, the optics are great, but his overall effect on the overall story, like I don't think the story changes that much if he's not in it. I think later stories do, but I don't think his inclusion in Civil War is really needed. Um, the only amount of credit I will give Civil War is that is the best look we've gotten from Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I think that's the best we're ever gonna get. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Um,
R.I.P.
what else do I have to say? I think
Fantastic Four.
the Fantastic Four not being in it. I think it was too soon for the story. There weren't enough heroes in it. Um, the stakes weren't as high. The how do I put it? The opposed sides weren't as strong. Like their reasoning and just the implication of them going against each other just didn't matter as much.
I'm so glad we
We don't
recorded
get
this.
Captain America's death. We don't get, you know, Spider-Man toning on Tony Stark. We don't get him unmasking
Yeah.
himself. And all of these things had so many, like so many great outcomes and just like great story beats to go off of and had such a huge effect on the overall like comic book world that it's regarded as one of the best comic book stories of all time, and I think it's one of my favorites, top 5 for sure. And I think Civil War the movie falls flat. um and yeah, that's just, I get what they were going for. I just think they failed. um yeah. All right.
Are are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Can I say something real
First and
quick?
foremost,
Nah,
go ahead,
Trey.
go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead.
No,
'Cause
no,
I already said stuff.
you know how I get, so you go ahead.
I mean, I just wanted to say one thing. I mean, the Spider-Man thing for me, like, I definitely see your point, Johnny, and yeah, I think I agree. At first, I was just thinking when I first thought of Civil War before reading the comic. To me, I'm thinking about it in the context of the MCU, and I still try to think about it in the context of the MCU, of course, because it's not a comic book, as much as we want it to be. It's a different medium. So I'm thinking about how I think it was a great way to introduce Spider-Man to the universe, and Black Panther as well, and it was a good look for him. So for me, I really enjoyed that. But yeah, after reading the comic, I was definitely like, I don't know why they chose to not include his decision to switch teams. Like that was like a big part of the comic. So I agree with you on that one. That was kind of an L in terms of the adaptation. But go ahead, Trey.
So before we get into the meat potatoes of the discussion, I want to say two things. Number one, context matters,
Yep.
and number two, contracts matter in real life. Contractually, what they were able to do with the story that was presented at the time that the story came out and when they were creating it. So that's two things. So we cannot just overlook those and be like, oh, they didn't have this person, this person. There's a reason why they didn't have these people, because other studios had the rights to other characters.
Yeah.
And I will say, I know the low hanging fruit of that argument is, well, you should have waited till you had all control of the characters. But to be fair with you, at that juncture, there was no telling when the studios were going to sell back the rights. So you can't just wait like 50 years or 20 or 30 years to get the characters back to finally do it. So you have to make do with what you have. Therefore, because of that, what they were able to create based on the story that came prior to it, built on Age of Ultron, the first Avengers, Winter Soldier, as they showed in a scene that we just watched. It's not just one incident that started this. The Sokovia Accords were brewing over a while. Number one, it took note of the first Avengers movie when they said, hey, you know what? A lot of people died in the Battle of New York. They didn't really do too much because, at the time they did save us. They did stop a nuclear from a nuclear weapon from detonating on a high populated area. Got you. Then they went to Age of Ultron. oh, that's the Avengers' fault, actually, because the Avengers created Ultron, Tony Stark specifically. So we understand why he feels the way he does in this movie because he is solely responsible, along with Bruce Banner, for creating Ultron. Bruce is off world somewhere doing his Sakar thing, being a champion of a gladiator battle or whatever. So he's not really put to task. But Tony Stark, he's still living on Earth. He still has to deal with the people that were killed in the aftermath and calamity of his battle, even though he was trying to do make up for his wrongdoing in creating Ultron. Even though Ultron's original purpose was to be a protector of Earth, but the mission got, misconstrued, so whatever. But fast forward to the beginning of Civil War. Wanda tries to take Crossbones, who just suicide bombed himself, away from civilians. It was a split second decision. She wasn't looking fully at the building that she was trying to get it away from. And also, she's relatively still new with her powers because she got it in the last movie. Boom. Even though they don't intentionally do these things and you say they were accidents, they were. That doesn't change the fact that due to you having so much power, there still needs to be checks and balances for when calamity does happen. Because what are people supposed to say? Oh, well, that's just the Avengers. If I die, I die. There's no repercussions. Like in the real world, which is something that they try to emulate to a certain degree with you having the United Nations, that just would never fly. And it didn't fly because General Ross came to their front door, came to their facility and said, hey, look at all these examples of y'all tripping. Not tripping as in like it's intentional. It's just due to your power that you have and due to the capabilities of destruction that you have, something has to be done. We can't just chalk it up to, oh, well, they needed to act, and if your grandma or if your cousin or if your uncle died or a bunch of people just died, it is what it is. It's not going to be like that because they're always thinking of there needs to be a tomorrow and there needs to be a more efficient way how to do these things. So therefore, the Sokovia Accords are brought up. And Tony Stark, mixing with his guilt for creating Ultron, he takes it upon himself to say, you know what, you're right. And it goes with his arc specifically. He used to be an arms dealer. He used to sell arms to terrorists, whoever was buying his, ammunition, whatever. He learned from his first movie, hey, when I was doing whatever the hell I wanted, people were getting killed. I had no idea, and I was being the playboy, being reckless. Now he comes to a point where he's gone a whole 180. He says, you know what? I used to not be able to be in check with myself, and now I need to put myself in check because too many times have I put people's lives in harm's way due to my actions and my behaviors. Captain America was the antithesis of that. He wanted to be a figurehead for the government at the time due to the war that was happening in World War II. He needed to be a symbol of hope for the people that were fighting alongside him. So he was with the whole government because he was fighting for what he believed in. But due to Winter Soldier, he found out even though you're part of an organization, they have their own personal agendas and and that they can be corrupted from the inside out, like how Hydra infiltrated Shield. He thought that Shield was all good to protect people, but that wasn't the case. He found out that deep down, they still had their own agenda to wipe out enemies or targets that they said with the insight drones or whatever, or the helicarriers, whatever. So Cap realized from his journey, hey, I can't just blindly follow organizations. I have to take responsibility and keep it in my own hands. And I have to live with the fact that I do the things that I do for the genuine good of people, but I still wear that. I can't just put that responsibility on an organization. Tony Stark is saying, hey, I used to be that independent contractor that did whatever the fuck I wanted. And because of that, a lot of people got fucked up and I felt remorse for it. So therefore, I need to become something bigger than myself to truly protect the people. So that's how their dynamic goes. And I think they perfectly tied it in with what they had up until this point where their arcs are colliding at this point. And it's perfectly illustrated by pro registration, which is, hey, you get government approval to do things. And if things happen and let's say things go bad, we know how to properly go about it where we have damage control and these other organizations that can step in legally and do it. And so that when things happen, we know what to say. Cap is saying, forget what y'all are talking about. I can't trust none of these organizations due to Shield. Shield we thought was invaluable. I mean, what's it called? Untouchable, but it wasn't. Yeah, basically. And due to that not being the case, he said the safest hands are still our own because we know what we're doing and we can't wait on someone else to give us the okay to do something right. So there you go. That's the conflict. Boom. Ensue movie. And I think for what it was a great movie. The action was good. The acting was good. The score did its job. It wasn't like amazing, but I don't know too many negatives you could say about the movie other than I guess the amount of characters that they try to juggle and give, you know, good moments to. I think Spider-Man worked.
I agree. He worked.
Black Panther was like I agree with you. Black Panther was the best in this movie than he was in his own movie. The second best portrayal was Infinity War, of course, but this was his best one. And for Spider-Man, yeah, he was a kid, so I mean, he didn't really have the need to switch sides because he wasn't established as a hero like he was in the comics like he was because in the comics he stood for something. He'd been Spider-Man for a while. You feel me? So he had his own choice, but he was trying to be a not discovered yet in this universe, so it's a little different. But I'll start off with that. I'll say that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else gonna go? Kyle.
Yeah, I
Kim.
mean,
Oh.
I thought it was kind of a good adaptation from, like Trey was saying, from what they had. The only thing that I didn't really think that they pushed on in the movie was that, like, in the comic, they were saying they wanted to have more, like, training. Other than, like, in this, it's just, like, oversight. That was the only thing that I really fucked with in the comic, because realistically, the event happened because those junior superheroes weren't trained enough and they got killed.
Yeah. I think another thing, I mean, you explained it perfectly, Trey. Tony Stark's like his, it fits perfectly with his character. Like that's one thing that I think was kind of more of a negative in the comic specifically. I mean, I haven't read like a lot of the stuff before Civil War, so I don't really know what they were building to, I guess. But they kind of just made Tony like almost like a dictator. Like they were just taking the heroes and putting them in prison, and then he ended up killing a hero, which was also a big part that I guess wasn't really in the movie. And to me that wasn't really believable in the sense where he was kind of just being hypocritical. I mean, I don't know. It's like you're protecting people, but at what cost? Like it's not even just regulation at that point. It's just like authoritarianism at that on the superheroes. So
Yeah, they pulled back with Tony in the movie because in the
yeah,
comics
which I
they
thought was a
went
good
him and
change.
Reed Richards went to big lengths to you feel me? So
Exactly. And honestly, like to say, nah, honestly, the Fantastic Four thing, I know they didn't have the contracts, but like that was one of the fire parts about the comic. Like the fact that I mean, in the comics, it's Reed Richards kind of narrating throughout. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure, but I mean, it's a whole. I know they couldn't really do it. I know they didn't have the contracts from what was it, Fox? But man, like it's literally like it's a Fantastic Four. The whole event happens with the untrained heroes. People die. There's like protests and whatnot. Johnny Storm gets put in a coma because people are so mad, and then you
He
have
got
Reed
jumped.
Richards like going through it. And then eventually, Sue Storm leaves him because she's like, I don't
Eaten.
agree with what y'all are doing. I don't agree with how y'all are doing this because, him and Tony their plan had ended up killing one of the heroes. And then by the end, it's just cool because it's like his whole narration is like a journal entry, whatever. And then at the end, like, they figure it all out, and she comes back. It's like a big moment. I just thought that whole storyline was fire. So I mean, it was. I don't know how much of a knock that can be, I guess, on the movie, but I do think that's something that was really well done in the comics. So
I think if you don't have all the ingredients to make a cake, you don't make a cake.
and that's
Mm.
Nope.
I can't
That's
argue
not
against
true.
that take. I
That's not
can't
true.
argue against
Nope.
that take.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Well, go
When
ahead.
you make a
Trey.
pie,
Yeah.
To be fair with you, I was more invested in the movie than the actual comic, personally.
They didn't make a pie to me. They threw a bunch of flour in a bag and shook it around with some water.
Wow. That's what you think of the movie?
it's a good
Cam,
slurry.
What did you think, Cam? We haven't heard from you yet. What do you think, Cam?
I just haven't read the comic, but I personally,
But the movie, just like the movie, at
I don't
least.
know. I feel like the build-up for the movie was really insane.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like then going into it, watching it, I feel like they executed, like especially towards the end of the movie, great execution. With just Tony's story colliding with Captain America. I feel like we got one of the best Marvel fighting scenes that would be ever created within this movie. I feel like they didn't do too much or too little. You know, it was a good film. Like I enjoy watching it every time I spin it personally. And you just forget the small details when you watch it and shit. And I feel like the whole Hydra shit as well was just really good. And just seeing that and Bucky's character development as well. It was a good film. I don't see what was wrong with the film though. Like you feel me? Like if we take the comic book, like let's not talk about the comic book, let's talk about the film. Like can somebody like tell me what was wrong?
The thing about that is like it it is an adaptation. So I mean, I get the question. It's a fair question, but
But if someone had never known the comic was even a thing, and someone said if they were just to watch
yeah,
this
Yeah.
movie,
that's fair.
it's a
Which
fucking
is
good movie.
yeah,
But it is an adaptation.
Exactly.
So I judge an adaptation as an adaptation, not as a standalone movie. Now, if they made
I
a
mean, I feel like
standalone
they hit
movie,
main points though of the
Johnny, what's your
comic.
favorite? What's your
I
favorite
see this
MCU
thing.
movie? No, Johnny, what's your favorite MCU movie?
Infinity War. Sorry, Endgame.
What did they adapt Endgame off of?
The original like Infinity Stone story.
Was it accurate?
It's not completely accurate, but it hits. It actually that story actually hits the beats.
accurate. Was it remotely accurate? Or was this a Russo brother and Stephen Marcus and McFeely cook up?
Was it? I'm trying to think. What's missing?
Yeah, take your
You
time
are
with that answer.
missing the Adam Warlock stuff. You're missing.
I mean, Thanos' motivation.
Thanos' motivation is completely missing.
So do you understand why your argument of just because
No.
it's not a faithful adaptation, it's not a good movie?
No, because
does
it's
make
not.
sense?
No, because that's not my argument. My argument is not
You
that it's
just
not a
said
faithful.
No,
No,
he
I'm
didn't.
no, it isn't a faithful adaptation. It's not, but that's not why I'm saying that it's not good. Not it's because it's not faithful. It doesn't hit any of the implications of the original story. None of the motivations, none of the implications, and none of the outcomes matter anywhere near as much as the story, and it doesn't have anywhere near as much of an effect in the MCU.
Whoa,
That completely
that's-
changed the comic books.
Okay,
No.
no.
The comics completely changed, and if you can't like, it's kind of hard because Josh, there was one thing you said about Tony Stark and like his like how he was like a dictator. There's kind of a reason for that you have. There's a Civil War before a little storyline that you go back and if you search Civil War on that website, it's on there. If you read that, you can kind of see why he's like that. Also, the outcomes of that, like I don't think the impact that Civil War in the movies had on the actual like overarching story of the MCU is anywhere near as much as it was, like as big as it was in the comic. It doesn't have the same magnitude as the story. It just doesn't.
What's your main reason for why this movie is not good as a film? You said this isn't a good film, so I want to know why it's not a good film.
Oh, I just think it's kind of boring. I think Winter Soldier does all of the Hydra
Boring,
stuff
got you.
better. I also
I
think
can
this
agree with
is a
that.
personal thing. This is a personal thing with this with the cinematography. I think this was the
It's boring by now,
beginning
by the
of the
way.
super overexposed MCU saturated, like diluted, like camera look, and I don't like it. I just didn't like it. I like the way Black Panther looked. I don't really like the way Spider-Man looked. Um, what else? I disagree with Cam about the fight scene at the airport. I think that is one of
No,
the
not that
weakest.
scene.
Not that scene.
I'm talking about Tony Stark.
You're talking about the Tony Stark. Yeah, yeah, that was great. Okay. I think the whole airport fight scene was really anticlimactic and very diluted for me. Um, and yeah, I think the thing that's the difference between Endgame and Civil War for me as the movies is the outcome of the story in Endgame is just as impactful as it is in the comics. And not just because they do the exact same thing, it has the same effect on the characters.
I'm gonna
Did
be
the
honest with
comics
Johnny.
fall off
We
too?
gotta put you on trial, bro. We can't let you get that bullshit off, bro. The nigga
Mm.
said this movie is
Like the
boring.
trial.
Come on,
Oh
bro.
yeah, yeah, boring to me.
That's for wild. So, all right, never mind. I'm not even gonna
So
go back and forth on
this
that.
is
So which side
boring.
are we on?
Yeah, which side are we on?
Oh,
I'm on
oh,
that.
wait.
It's a good film.
Before we answer this, I have something to say about the sides thing. I
Oh,
think
what side?
what
Oh,
for me, the side in the MCU, that's the other thing for me, is I think Iron Man's stance is very hypocritical and unbelievable, and I understand what you're saying about oh, it fits into his character.
In
I
MCU?
think his motivations, yeah, I think his motivation was very driven, and it didn't really make sense. And
Hmm?
I think he was trying to be more of a dictator in the MCU
Huh?
than he was in the comics because the difference between the MCU and the comics is he never tried to put it to a vote. He never because originally in the comics he asked the other superheroes what they want, and then it
Okay.
seems like it's a 50-50 decision. In the movie, he never does that. He just thinks it's a given that everyone's going to sign. He tries to guilt trip everyone into signing it because Ultron was his mistake, and he really wasn't worried about anything. He was worried about
Bro,
how it felt to him.
Nigga, you puss.
no,
He
not that because the
we're recording a
government came
podcast
to
right now.
him with the Accord. So I mean, that's a little different. If Tony Stark created the Accords himself, yes, I agree with you on that stance. But they were brought to him, and he just had to either comply or not comply. So he chose to comply.
I think that's semantics.
No, it's not, bro. He didn't create that.
He didn't create it,
He
but
did not.
he
He did not
immediately
create
went
the
He's
along
like
with
accords.
it and just
spearheading it.
expected everyone else to go along with it. He was used as a figurehead to go along with it.
That's
It was
cool,
just
but
more so
he
we
didn't
made
come
it.
up with that. If they didn't bring it to him, it wouldn't have happened. That's a fact. He wouldn't have been like, "Oh, we have to just put ourselves." No, it was brought to him, and he just agreed with them. He wasn't going to draft the accords by himself to do that
Yeah, but then he tried to just make everyone go along with it, regardless of
because
if he made it or not.
that's what the United Nations wanted, bro. It was also like this is if we're treating this as if you're a private organization, there has to be checks and balances for international airspace and invading country. Like it's just like one of those things where you can't just do whatever the fuck you want to just because you can.
It's
That
true,
that was that was his whole point.
but the thing was like they easily could have.
Well, yeah, clearly the United States can do a lot of shit, but we don't do it for a reason, bro.
And then
except
the
like
other thing is the thing I'm gonna go back to is the government's reasoning for that to me is still very weak. Or at least the catalyst action of Wanda accidentally blowing up
Wand's
the building
winding it.
is
But it was more
extremely
than that. Hold
weak to
on,
me.
I'm trying to pull up
And no, it was more than that. It was like you said, it was the Ultron thing.
the
The Avengers one for me is completely weak because it's like, what is the alternative to them helping? I don't care if people died. More people would have died if they didn't step in. And then that's the same thing. So
So
it's just like
Sokovia,
for me, I just
so
can't. Yeah, same thing with Sokovia.
It's
Oh, same thing with
Course.
Sokovia. Same thing with Sokovia.
No,
The same thing with Sokovia.
if Sokovia
If,
didn't happen, this wouldn't have there's no course. It's only because the Avengers created Ultron and this happened. And then they also retroactively looked at the other shit that happened while they're fighting other people that wasn't their fault, and they said do this as a string of events. Now we're here with their course. That's the whole point. It's not the New York Accords because of the Battle of New York. No one did anything
but
after
they
that.
use that. Did they not use that as a justification?
They use it as a retroactive example of what happens in the wake of your battles.
So they use it as a justification.
It wasn't this. Okay, if you want to do that, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, in the movie, they literally do use it as justification. Regardless of how far back they went, they use that as one of the justifications for this Accords existing.
It's an example of people dying due to the battle.
What is the alternative? The entire world gets taken over. It's just, to me, bringing that up.
All right, bro.
Like there's no way that you would be able to sit there with me in the room and
argument.
use that as an example.
What my whole thing is, if let's say Avengers Age of Ultron happens and Sokovia doesn't, let's say the Avengers stop Ultron before Sokovia even happens. This is not even a topic, a discussion. They're not even bringing no Accords of the Avengers. It's purely because they jumped the gun themselves, and now they had to look at past things and say, hey, you know what? This is a string of things. It's escalated since y'all started doing y'all shit. It started here where it was necessary, and now y'all creating niggas that's fucking up the planet. Now we have to look at y'all differently now.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. We've saved the planet multiple times. You're gonna give us a little bit of grace. Have a good day.
Not the whole argument.
No. It was what Captain America said.
Yeah.
It wasn't what everybody said, and I don't believe that Tony Stark wouldn't have said that. I don't care. It just, to me, it's not believable. It just wasn't believable. I didn't believe the motivation, and maybe that's what threw the whole movie off for me. But the whole motivation behind everything just didn't make sense to me. I was just like, okay, I don't believe this.
So you don't believe that Tony would have been pro registration?
No, not MCU Tony. No.
Even though all the stuff with him selling weapons to terrorists before, and him kind of feeling guilty about that, and him
It was about profits.
No, it just didn't seem believable.
Okay.
All
right.
You don't seem believable.
Oh God.
Cam, can you say something, Cam? I want to hear Cam. Because me and Cam used to dissect this film.
It was a good film. I was gonna ask Kyle what side was he on?
Captain the GOAT.
Because
he ain't no GOAT.
Nah, Cap.
Just because, like, I feel like you don't really, as a hero, like, you shouldn't be told, like, when you need to go save some people. Like, you're losing that decision to choose who to save, when to save.
Yeah, hold on, guys. Thanos is here. Let me send the facts to. Let me stop.
So you don't fuck with Cecil? You don't fuck with Cecil and Invincible? How he's calling plays from the pocket?
Yeah, okay, Cecil, yeah, that's a great example, because the difference is there are other superheroes who can do whatever the fuck they want. That's an organization. They have their own rules. To say everyone has to 100% follow our rules
it's
is
the United
ridiculous.
Nations, bro. It's all nations combined. Like, what are we talking about?
Why though?
Yeah.
It's
and I would have
just
told them,
America.
fuck
It was
off.
only like
What are you going
120,
to do?
bro.
What are you realistically? What are you going to do?
Of course,
People were dying. People were Cam. Outside of that one isolated Ultron
Of course,
event.
they're gonna choose the world over just some superheroes.
Yes. Okay. How many people do you think they saved when Loki invaded New York?
How many people do you think have died in general in the Avengers movies?
A few thousand. Outside of the Thanos one, a few thousand. Yeah, I'd say probably a few thousand died in New York, the New York invasion. I'd say a few thousand died in Sokovia. Yeah. How many do you think died in Age of Ultron?
The idea isn't bad. It's just
hella
that
people.
What's hella people? Give me a ballpark
Well,
number. Just
what
throw a
did they
number
say?
out.
I forget if they mentioned.
I think they actually did.
I think they mentioned how many the capacity or
Who's
whatever.
got their TV on?
That's E. E. We might have to.
Kick
Went
them.
quiet.
Hey, we're recording a podcast right now.
Yeah, I might say you might
Oh, my
have
bad. I'm gone. I'm gone.
No, it's okay. You can say if you want to say something, you can say something. It's cool.
No, he don't got nothing to
Love
say.
y'all boys. I really don't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Wait, what was your question?
I'm
How many
with-
people died?
I'm with Tony.
This
I'm
nigga
with-
did the clown. Sorry.
Cows.
I'm with Tony Stark. And,
And how many people? Okay, so wait.
How many
How many
died
people do you
where?
think died during the Battle of Sokovia?
How many?
oh,
Because I
Couple thousand.
have
Probably
the
like-
I have the
I'm
numbers.
just
Like
So I want
50,000.
Couple hundred,
Okay.
couple thousand. I'm not sure.
okay.
Because like
Cam,
Sokovia,
what's your
how many
answer?
people are even in Sokovia, bro? Like,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, did they mention that?
Yeah,
Okay, so tell us.
177.
Okay, that's a lot of people.
people?
Yeah, get the
That's
fuck
like-
out of here.
That's
Like,
I
all
would
I
have
no
told them to
zeros
suck
after
my
that?
dick
Get
and
No
out of
walk
here.
zeros?
out of the office.
Yeah,
What are you
that's
talking
what they
about?
said.
I'm not signing a paper when
What do
I
you mean,
saved
get
an
out
entire
of here?
city.
That's a lot of
and-
people.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. No, it's not.
Not in comparison
Okay,
to
Johnny,
what was at
see,
risk.
That's four That's four.
Not in
That's
comparison
four
to what was at
Okay,
risk.
but
LAPD
plus New York,
classrooms.
That's why
No,
plus New
I'm
York,
good.
plus New York,
That's why
with
they
them
built these
giant
forts.
aliens coming into New York. Like,
They sent a bomb to New York. What am I hearing?
Sent two.
Facts. They sent a nuke, bro. Come on. Also, Johnny, guess what? Check this out, right? Let's say we put the power back in Captain America's hands and the rest of the heroes. Let's say a few of them niggas go dark because some shit happens in their life and they turn. Oh, they get to just do it, whatever.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What was that?
What I'm saying is, if they go dark or something happens to these niggas and they don't have the same mission as before, let's say they decide to just do something else, free will, right? Now it's niggas really getting fucked up out here because there's no checks.
I don't think the paper, them signing their autograph on a piece of paper, would stop, that from happening regardless. Because at the end of the day, if Thor was like, you know what, I'm gonna just kill everyone on Earth, there's really not much anybody else would be able to do about it without the Avengers.
Yeah, that
The
is
thing is,
honestly kind of an interesting concept
That's
about it.
that's true. But I'm saying, but it's for the people though. It's for the people to know it. It's the reason why they wanted Spider-Man to remove his mask in the comics. It's for the people to feel safer. That's the whole reason why they want people to register. It's not for the heroes, for the people that they're supposed to protect, right?
Yeah,
That's the whole-
I
that's the
get
whole-
why
that's the whole
I
point,
get the
right?
purpose of them. It's not believable.
Okay.
It's not believable that they would sign them or what they would be wanted to sign them. I'm
Because
sorry.
they-
I
because
wouldn't
they
want to
care
sign them.
about the people. That's why they would sign it, because they say, you know what? I literally put this costume on for the people that I say I'm going to save and protect, and therefore they're telling me what they need to be protected. So I'm going to do it.
Hi, I'm Captain America. You guys need confirmation that I care about you and you feel protected. When the aliens came in and tried to attack you guys, I was right there on the front lines and I stopped them. Have a good day. Goodbye.
To be
America
fair,
out.
He was part of Shield when them niggas came, so because he wouldn't have got to New York without a Quinjet that he finessed, by the way.
Yep, and I didn't need to sign my rights away in order to do that.
That nigga would have been in his apartment in Brooklyn without Shield. Stop it.
You're right. He would be dead without Shield technically, but just he also didn't need to sign those papers. His life has just been just fine as a superhero without those papers.
if you guys are
Disclose the side
Iron Man,
yet. I haven't disclosed what side I'm on, but I'm just trying to have a discussion about this.
if you guys are Iron Man, you guys trying to kill Bucky?
Yeah.
I didn't even get to this point.
100%,
No.
100%. I'm killing that nigga on sight.
Go
In
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
moment, I understand the anger. I think
You
that
can't
was
choke
the
out my
most
mom's, bro.
unreasonable fucking conflict I have ever seen in my life.
In terms
This
of
nigga
why Cap
Tony
was
Stark-
defending him?
No, in terms of why Tony Stark was trying to kill him.
What?
He was completely
Alright.
mind controlled when he.
That
No,
was
no,
just
I don't
because you guys
care.
know, because
Don't
he.
care.
You're right. Okay, you don't care, Cam. Are we gonna say pretend like that's not a factor that this man was mind
I
controlled when all
don't.
that shit happened?
Have you ever seen
Cool.
people get emotional and irrational when
You're
they're
right.
upset?
You're no. You're right.
Especially when it involves
Josh,
their
he
loved
chased
ones?
him across multiple countries in order to
Nope.
kill him.
No, he. What?
You're right. You're right. No, I'm wrong about that. It was right then and there. Eventually, he would have calmed down. I would like to
Tony,
think that
yeah.
Tony Stark would have calmed down.
Because guess what? When you saw him in Endgame, did he go after him? No.
That's a whole different movie.
No, what I'm saying is the issue of him trying to kill him was purely from the moment itself,
Yeah.
not from.
I agree
That's what I'm
with
trying to say. Because when he came back, he didn't try to keep killing him. That's my whole point. It was an emotional spur of the moment. You just watched your mom get iced out, bro. What are you talking about? Your pops got. Come on, what are you talking about, bro? If I have an Iron Man suit, I'm at that nigga immediately. I don't care if he was
No
brainwashed.
second guesses. Like,
Yeah, that's
Bruh, come on.
That's right away.
Hey, Johnny, who's the most important person to you? Times that by 2 and then watch it. What are we talking about?
You're right, and I understand. Like I said, I understand the initial anger. Eventually, I'd like to think that Tony Stark would have tried to be like, okay, I'm tripping. Like he didn't even know, especially after he says he
Is that
didn't
not
know.
what happens?
No, it's not what happens. It happens an entire movie later when the
No,
entire
no.
the entire
No.
universe.
he
How
could
did
have
the
kept on
fight
going
end,
No.
after
Johnny?
him.
How did the fight end, Johnny? How did the fight end, Johnny?
He's going to kill. No, because y'all are being ridiculous. You think this nigga would have been focused about killing this nigga when Thanos is threatening the entire universe?
No, how did
Stop.
How did they stop fighting, bro? How did they stop fighting?
In
I
Infinity
beat his
War,
ass.
In Civil War, how did they stop fighting?
Captain
Bucky was
beat his
right
ass.
there.
they
Bucky was
jumped
right-
him.
Okay,
do
but
I need to,
he
do I need to
stopped,
skip
right?
to that part? Do I need to go to
They
that part
jumped
right now?
him, but then Bucky got knocked out and Cap knocked him out.
Because he grabbed his leg.
Iron Man stopped, right? He didn't keep going after them, right?
No, didn't Captain
Grabs his
America like?
leg
Alright, I'm
while
going
he's in a
back.
fucking
I'm going
robot
back.
suit,
Yeah, he
bro.
did.
I'm going. Here we go.
So I want to see the whole fight,
Oh
though.
fuck!
Okay,
I'm in the middle of
yeah,
fucking.
JD, I want to see this.
I gotta go to
Can we
the
watch the
Discord.
whole thing though? Can we watch the like tape too?
Yeah, come on. Go back to when
They
you
showed
watched
this
Cam, I
this.
need you to
shit,
read
too. I
Civil.
know that
Can
road.
you read Civil
that
War
road.
tonight?
No, I'm going to sleep.
What is this?
Okay, can you read it tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's not that long. It might
Nah,
take you like
skip
20
forward a
minutes
little
to read.
bit.
Hey, Kyle, this is the boring fight scene right here, right?
He didn't say this one was boring, bro.
I think the
my
movie
bad.
overall is boring because, and it's like I said, I don't believe it, so I'm not invested.
I'm gonna be honest too. Like, if you think about it, Tony don't know Bucky like that. He just know Cap. He's just saying that's Cap's man. So I'm not gonna give him grace like it was Cap. You feel me? It's like that. That's he a +1 to me. So if he did some wild shit, yes, bro, I'm at him, bro. What are you talking about?
And then oh my god, and then T'Challa, he has the sense to not want to kill the nigga because he realized he was mind controlled.
I mean, that's why
But-
T'Challa's that guy. I mean,
Well, that's why he's a king. He's a king too, bro. He's been bred to be a king. Like, let's stop it.
He has to be a partial leader, you know, impartial. Sorry.
Plot armor.
What do you mean he did?
That's not plot. That's human nature.
Negro brain plot armor.
Okay.
I was gonna say something crazy, but we're recording.
Cut that out.
No, these niggas got double tapped. That's crazy.
Huh?
No, I said
We
these super
live
soldiers
on
they got
YouTube
double
right now.
tapped.
We got 7 viewers right now.
I think
That's
this
what's
movie would
up.
be much more compelling if they would have
What are you-
revived them, and
what
now
are
it
you
would have been
talking
a different story.
This man can't lie, bro. Can't
We
lie.
should go live
bullshitting.
on Twitch, bro. That'd be tough.
Wouldn't be able to play the movie.
Yeah, that's true. It'd get banned. We could put it in the background and not show it.
Another question to y'all: was Zemo validated for wanting to do what he did?
Can you?
I needed to say this too, and I think I put this in the chat, or at least I get in the game chat. I don't know if I said it
You
in our
did. You
chat.
did. I remember you said it.
I did? Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Zemo's a better villain than Thanos.
Oh.
Mhm.
Can you
Hey
remind me his
Cam,
motivation? I think his
I
execution
might
was
go. I might go
crazy.
to sleep, dog. I might go to
Yeah,
sleep, bro.
sorry. I think his writing was better. Um,
What was his motivation again? I forgot.
The
Oh wait, he's saying
disrespect
it
is
right now.
so funny.
his
Man.
family had died in the Sokovia Accords. I think that was what it was, right?
So,
His family died something.
Okay.
his family got put on a milk carton, and now he think that he a supervillain. Like,
Oh,
One gunshot,
yeah.
he dead.
so his family
Okay.
died. Now he's okay.
I
But Thanos,
mean,
his
look.
whole
But his
planet died. Okay.
execution was better for me. Just
Then
the
had Thor fat
execution.
and depressed.
The nigga was just
I don't
TMZ.
care
I don't
about
care.
power level when
It's
I'm
TMZ,
rating
bro.
villains. You had to
We
stop
keep
with
coming
that.
back to that. We keep coming back to that.
Because then
Let's
that
just focus.
basically
Let's
means
just
no
focus on
human
this
can be
debate.
a good
Motivations.
antagonist.
Let's just
I'm talking
focus on
about
this
I'm not even
debate.
talking about power levels. I'm talking about motivation.
Well,
Let's
Thanos'
just
Cam just
whole
focus
said he
on
whole
would
this.
get
planet
shot
died.
by a. Cam just said he'd get killed by a bullet. But yeah,
All right. Wait, this dude.
there goes Bucky.
So
You see him just pull up and off your parents. Like
First of
what?
all, this shit is in 42p. There's no way this nigga would have known that was Bucky.
I'll
I ain't
give
gonna
you
hold
that because I could not tell that's Bucky without actually knowing that it's Bucky.
you can see the metal arm though. I assume.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ain't no shine on that that
See,
monitor. Shit is in black and white.
It's a reason why they.
See, Iron Man already on edge, bro. He said, "Don't touch my pops." Damn.
Come on, Johnny.
You don't care
Three,
about his dad, bro. You
three-piece
saw
no
that in the
biscuit. Come
intro.
on, bro. 3-piece no biscuit at Johnny Extra Crispy.
Yeah,
To
you
drag
can
him
see,
over.
you can see that's Bucky.
Hey, damn. He
Drag. Look at your husband. Look at your husband. This is what I'm finna do to you. Like,
Can't
come
even see
on.
her, bro.
But he knows
To the
she's in
other
the
side of the-
car.
Come on, bro.
Can't even look at her.
That wasn't 480p. That was 720, nigga. Stop
That
playing.
was not 720. Stop it, Trey.
720.
Stop
Bro,
it,
what
Trey.
was that,
That
bro?
was
Was that like
480.
80s?
That was 480. That was not
No,
720. But you can
Why
still see it was Bucky.
Cap is so bitch made to me.
He was
don't
mind
fuck with
controlled.
Cap.
That's all he had to say. He was mind controlled.
Cap,
He was
Cap was
mind
slimy.
controlled.
He was slimy.
What do
He
you
was
mean?
slimy.
He was with this day one. What you mean? Ride or
God,
die.
At no point is he going to
let
say he
him
was
fight
mind
it out.
controlled. At
Let
no
him
point
do
is that
this.
those two words, those three words,
Cap?
going to come out
Oh,
of his
he's
mouth.
in a robot
Yes,
suit.
Cap's not going to say,
Did
"Hey,
you know?
he was mind controlled." He only says, "Did you know?" And then he just like, "Come on, bro. Like, come
I
on.
mean,
It's
that's
just
a
I don't
tough
believe
question, though.
this. I
Like,
don't believe this shit."
Okay, that's you. I think that Robert Downey Jr. had a great performance in this scene. I think I
I do
overlooked.
too. I do too.
Yeah.
That was some great acting because when I was in the movie theater watching this for the first time, I felt that nigga pause, big pause.
He felt his emotions. That's fair.
Yeah. So
More than that.
What?
What?
Huh? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What? Y'all heard him?
Nah, I kind of see what Johnny's saying because why did Cap not? To be honest, though, it wasn't gonna stop Tony regardless, but he should have at least said it.
Okay, that's fine. If he says that and he still goes after him, I could believe that. Then I don't believe that Captain America wouldn't say he was mind controlled. No one's going to point that out.
Yeah,
Because that's a huge.
because that's
he didn't let
basically
him
the
explain.
whole.
He just said, "Did you know?"
He says it right now. He's saying it
It's
right
just
now.
yes or no.
He's saying it right now. So I don't know what you're talking about, Johnny.
There
Ooh.
we go.
Ooh,
He said
that's
it.
why we watch film while we talk. But that's what we
Johnny
like.
talking his ass, bro. Oh, you should have said it. Nigga just said it. Come on.
He would have said in the very beginning.
All that shit up. Shut up. Now
Because
you
now he's already mad. Now he's already mad.
He was
Now you
gonna
move
be
the goalpost.
mad regardless, bro. That's
That's what I'm
pretty
saying. What are you
evident.
talking about?
But you're not gonna say it right then and there. I'm sorry. It just set up. I just don't. I think this is a poorly executed scene. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Sure, buddy.
He Cap told it to him.
You gotta stop yelling on your mic. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Trey, you gotta just or at least back up from it or something, bro.
Johnny
You don't
got
think
him
it's a factor that he
raging.
doesn't say it before he starts shooting at him? You don't think it's a fact that's a factor at all?
I'll
You
say
don't think
this,
the
Johnny.
timing of when you say something matters?
It
I'll say
No?
matters.
this. He's gonna say it again,
Okay.
right? Because they're gonna fall to the bottom. He's gonna say it again. He said it's not gonna change the fact that whatever. And
Because
Iron
they're
Man gonna
already
reply saying,
fighting. If
bro,
you
'cause
say
he
it in the
watched the
beginning, that
tape.
changes things.
No, if he already watched the tape. Once he watched
He
the
would
tape,
have
he knew what he
fought
was gonna do. He made his mind up.
regardless.
That's what I'm saying. He made his mind up when he watched the
But
tape.
yes, Cap should have said it before. But it would.
And
Tony
you don't
still-
think it'd be a better scene if he says like, "No, Tony, he was mind control," and then Cap's like,
It wasn't
"I don't
gonna change,
fucking
bro.
care. He killed my mom," and then they start fighting. You don't think
And guess
that's
what?
better?
He's about to say that. He's
he
about to say that
basically
right now.
said that.
And that, I understand, but they're already fighting, and at that
Because he
point, the
made up his
adrenaline's
mind
already
for the tape.
flowing.
I see what you're honestly, Johnny. I see what you're saying because that really should have
Thank
been
you.
like the
Thank you,
main
Josh.
point. That should have been like the
It
main
would
thing.
in real life.
Big
You're
writer.
immediately saying that.
He just said, "I don't care. He killed my mom."
They're
Like,
already. I know he says it in the middle. They're already fighting.
No, Johnny. What I'm trying to say is, let's say Cap had said that. That's not going to change the fact that Iron Man is still going to try and bliss this nigga
I
immediately from
understand
watching
that.
the film.
I understand that, but
So
the
the outcome
delivery
doesn't
of the
change.
scene.
When two
I don't
niggas
know
are
how
dick
to-
riding
that's what
each
I'm
other
saying.
in the group chat, and you try to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Josh and Johnny right now.
Yeah.
One thing Johnny. One thing I don't like about this movie is that Iron Man lost this fight. There's no way in God's green earth
Yeah.
Iron Man should have lost this fight.
Wait.
No. He just two-piece Bucky and
I
Bucky
don't
didn't
get
move.
this part right here.
He just
No.
two-piece Bucky
Like,
and Bucky
that's
didn't
off
move,
his
bro.
Can we
Give me
talk
your
about
arm.
how he tells Jarvis analyze his fight patterns, and that's an exact panel
Yeah.
from the comic? Like that's raw, bro. Come on.
Well, I mean, that's cool, but it's
Yeah,
not
that's
realistic.
2-on-1.
Oh, I also don't believe he would have been able to blow off that nigga's arm.
Yeah,
That's
that was
okay.
what I was saying.
So okay, never mind.
So he
You
can't
know-
blow through the shield, but he can blow off a vibranium arm.
No, that arm's not vibranium, by the way. You know that, but you don't know that because you don't know ball. So it's okay.
Exactly. He got it later on.
His arm isn't vibranium in the
Vibranium
fucking
No,
movie.
later,
it's not vibranium.
dude. I was gonna
It
say he
gets
has to get
later.
it from Wakanda. That's why. Is it the end of this movie we see him in Wakanda? Or is that
Johnny,
the
Yeah.
end
Johnny
of-
Oh,
showing
yeah,
his true
then that's
colors,
dumb.
bruh.
No, then that's
Johnny's
dumb.
showing his true
All
colors,
right, I
bruh.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's
We
dumb.
know you don't know ball. It's
That's
okay. We know
dumb.
that. We
Because
know
his
you don't know
arm in
ball.
the comics has always been made of vibranium. That was a fucking huge thing.
Bro, it's
I
not
don't
the
think
Was
so.
it not
comics, bro.
I don't think
vibranium when
in
it
the
was
comics,
like
bro, I'll be honest with you.
radiating though? In the beginning? In the movie?
Does that sound? My bad.
They got a carbon steel arm. All right,
Be quieter now. Chad.
cool.
Was that not?
I'm quieter.
Hold on, I'm turning you up.
No,
This is my favorite T'Challa scene. This is my favorite T'Challa scene.
it was fire. He said that the living are done with you. That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was tough.
But let's mine this out, right? Let's realistically mine this out. I'm gonna put one of us in that situation, right? When you watch the video, you already made up your mind. I'm killing him. The only reason why he asked Cap what he asked him was because he wanted to know Cap's involvement in him not knowing what happened, so he can judge what he's going to do to Cap. Because he's like, am I gonna fight Cap over this nigga, or is Cap oblivious and we're gonna jump this nigga together? That's what Iron Man really asked him. He didn't ask him for Bucky. He asked him for Cap. That's why he asked him.
I
in the first place.
understand that. I also don't think that is realistic
It's
for
okay.
him not to say, "Hey, he's mind controlled,"
He's seeing red.
because
There's
that
nothing
would
he
be
can say.
normal. That's naturally what you are going to say
And he said it 3
if
times.
you're going to defend somebody. He said it 3 times in the middle of this man fight.
I will say,
Okay,
I don't
so-
care that they were going to
Hold on.
fight
Hold on.
regardless.
I can't see
Wait,
how
Cap-
that's like a major criticism. I can agree.
That's what I'm saying.
that
Also,
he
did
would've
Cap
said
not
it.
get
Yeah.
backhand?
I'm with
It's not really
Josh.
a major. It's not really
I'm
a
with Josh.
major criticism. It's just alongside everything else I don't about this. That's just the cherry on top.
But Johnny also
That he
Iron
didn't
Man
say it
backhanded
first,
this nigga,
but he
right?
said it multiple other times.
Yes. Yeah.
But Johnny,
Because I
you know,
think when you say
Cap
something
got
matters.
backhanded. You know that, right? Like he was out of it for a little bit because he got backhanded by Iron Man. So like, what's he supposed to say when he was out when he got backhanded?
He was supposed to say it in the very beginning. That would have been the first. He had his arm. Are we gonna pretend he didn't have his arm held for like 30 seconds?
Because Iron Man flew that nigga up in the air, and
I
then
would
he
have
was
said
trying to get
no.
his-
Stop. Tony, he was mind controlled.
Okay. Okay, whatever. You got it, bro. You got it, bro.
He said no, stop. He couldn't say he was mind
You,
controlled.
no,
That's
you,
too
you
much
got
for
it.
me
You
to
got
ask.
it. You got it. You got. Also, he got fucking dragged. This is the part of the movie that pissed me off. This part right here, bro. Bucky grabbing this nigga foot like it was supposed to do some shit to that nigga. Like,
Yeah, Iron Man 1 to me.
nah, the Russos they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but they be putting in bullshit in their movies just to make some shit like
Wait,
work.
what was bad about that?
About Iron Man losing this fight?
No, right there, he just grabbed his arm, so he turned and kicked him, and then Cap went and got him while he wasn't looking.
No. What I'm trying to
Because
say
he
is,
won that fight.
no. What I'm trying to say is, even if Iron Man does that, right? There's no way that him throwing Iron Man on the ground is supposed to like for 2 seconds, not disable him, whatever. Like he didn't move. Like,
go back.
Yeah, go back. When he throws him on the ground, right?
Okay, so he
Like-
grabs. So I could do this all day. Yeah, Bucky grabs his leg.
so-
He turns,
Yep.
kicks him,
Kiss that nigga. Yep.
grabs him. That's fair. So you're saying right here,
Cool,
he throws
cool.
him down.
Yes.
You saying Cap?
He's just
should have
letting
been
him
able to
hit
get
him.
on top of him.
Yes, and hit on him like that. There's no way in a suit like that. There's no way that should have happened.
Oh, you're saying like
Zero.
he just kind of didn't fight back.
Yes, he just laid there and let him hit him for 4 times, bruh, with his bare hands.
Yeah, after not really getting.
When he could have used the power blast from his chest like he did.
That's what I'm saying. Or he could have used his foot booster to do something. Like he fought Thor in the first Avengers movie with a Mark 5 or Mark 6.
Or these
But
niggas
when-
could have made a better
Throwing
movie.
caps. Okay. Johnny, this the only time I'm gonna agree with you because I thought this was complete bullshit. Like when Doctor Strange lost to Spider-Man, like shit like that really just doesn't make sense to me. But
So how would
the
you have done it,
motivation
Trey?
in this fight,
Yeah.
you would have had to like had a 5v1 against that nigga. You would have had to have them other super soldiers fight that
Okay.
nigga Iron Man too. No, I'm playing. But what I would have done is, to be fair with you, I can't write a scenario where they win unless it's like some electrical issue that happens to the nigga's suit or something. Like, there's no way because if you go back in the middle of the fight, can you go back when he right before he blows off Bucky's arm?
Is it off already here?
Keep going. Yep, keep it right here. So boom, right here. 2 pieces of this nigga, he doesn't move. That should never happen. Did y'all see that? You want to replay it?
Who?
Bucky. He gave him 2 because number one, he's trying to kill him, right? He 2 pieces him in a full Iron Man suit and nothing happens. Can you go back to Iron Man 1?
Scratches.
See, like
No, can you go back to
They didn't look at Captain America back there.
But like
JD.
that's I don't know. It's
No,
tough.
no,
It's so
hold on,
hard
JD.
to like.
Do you remember the first Iron Man movie back in 08?
Which
The
part?
first nigga he uppercutted flew 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay,
Inconsistent
but
power
Bucky weighs the same amount as that nigga, but won't flinch. Okay, I got you. Cool, y'all got it. Don't make
That's
sense.
why I
bro.
say
what did
That's
Johnny
why I
say?
say it's a bad movie.
What did Johnny
No.
say?
Johnny's
Could've
right
made
for
a
this
better
scene.
movie.
No, the movie itself was cool. I just didn't like that part of
We
the
can't
movie.
I just don't even
I'm-
outside of the comic book factor. I don't see anything special about
That's
this movie.
crazy, Johnny. Like we can't. You have to think
That's
about
wild.
it in the context of the MCU. You
And
have-
again, I would
and-
say this again: this whole movie exists solely just to have Captain America and Iron Man not in the same.
not in the
There are
same-
no other locations in the same spot, like the same place, fighting together in Infinity War.
Okay, Johnny,
And
can I say
that's
something?
Cool. And
No,
it did a good job to set that up.
I feel like
A
you're
Jo-
given a
a
thousand
Johnny
different
is-
reasons for that
no,
without
Johnny,
without
can I say
wasting the
this?
Civil War story.
Can I say this?
Yes.
You are 1,000% right about that because I literally just watched the video pre-Infinity War,
Yeah.
and that's what Kevin Feige literally said. He said, "They said, how do they beat a villain as big as great as Thanos?" They said we have to divide them, and so he said that's why we did Civil War.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna be honest, you were spot on with that, Johnny, because it didn't make sense for why they were just split up without Civil War happening. So I will give you your flowers. You know a little bit of ball, not as much as other people, but you did your one on that one. I'll say that.
All
Thank
right,
you. I appreciate
do
it.
they have Bucky at the end of this joint? No, they have Spider-Man at the end of this one.
Well,
Oh,
Bucky
He's in it, but I don't think
Wait, when do
it's
we
like
in
in
see
the
the credit
end,
scene.
they
Bucky with
pass
his
him off.
arm? Oh, is it?
It's at the very end of the movie. It's just
Okay,
at the
okay,
end
I'm
of
just
the
let
movie.
it.
It's like
when
right
he
after
gets the
that.
vibranium, we said when he gets the vibranium arm,
Yeah, yeah.
he
But I
gets the
don't even.
vibranium
Doesn't
arm in
That's
Infinity War.
later.
in Black
He
Oh,
gets
I
Panther?
it. He
don't.
gets
He
it.
doesn't.
No,
He
he gets
doesn't
it in
have it
Infinity
yet,
War.
but we see him in
Okay.
Wakanda. I'm pretty sure, right? At the end of this.
He gets it in
Yeah.
Infinity War
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Black
When they
Panther
Nah.
first comes
yeah,
in and he brings the arm. Yeah, it's
yeah.
Infinity War.
I remember that.
Um, whose side were y'all on? By the way, we never disclosed that. By the way,
Me
I'm on
personally,
Captain America's side because Tony Stark's side didn't make sense.
so we
I'm
got
on
two
Iron
for
Man.
Cap.
I got Tony in the movie, but I just can't side with. I want to side with Tony in the comic, but it's just like, why does he turn into fucking like Iron Man Hitler? Like, I don't like that, bro. Like, I don't know. He had internment camps for superheroes, bro. Like, that's not.
He had him in this movie too, but there was only 5 superheroes, so only 3 were
I
in the jail.
guess, but like,
He had them niggas in the Western fucking saloon. That's what he had them in the comparison.
So Kyle
He had
and
4
Johnny had
superheroes in there.
Cap. Cam, did you say Iron Man? You was Team Iron Man in this movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so JD and so I guess I'm the tiebreaker. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was a kid, when this first came, not a kid, but teenager, whatever. When this movie first came out, I was purely Team Iron Man because their roster was stacked. I was like, there's no way they're gonna Team Cap is beating these niggas. Like they have Vision, Captain
Yeah.
America. I mean, like Vision, Spider Man. Like the teams were lopsided. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But
Very lopsided.
in regard to the actual discussion of who's right morally, that's tricky for me because I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason why I would say Team Cap is because I know Captain America through how they displayed him in this movies, and he's someone we could trust. But if you're just a regular civilian, that's a tougher choice because we're not behind the scenes knowing what every decision is like. How we watch a movie, you know?
That's kind of how I see it. I'm like, dang, like
Yeah, because of that, I'm kind of Team Iron Man.
That's what I'm saying. Because think about it,
Yeah.
Trey. You always. I mean, this is, I guess, a little bit extreme, but it's almost like you kind of have to see them as like having nukes because they have the capability to destroy, entire cities, and whatnot, wipe out a significant point of the population. So it's like, why would we not want regulations on that? I don't know. That's how I see it.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
But we're watching the movie though. We're not in the movie.
Also,
That's true. Kyle.
Okay, what?
That's true.
Well, you're right. You're right.
Even
But
so,
I was just talking about
say-
morally.
Even
I was
still,
saying
I'm
just
taking.
more.
I think-
Can I go?
you go. Yeah, you go.
Even so, I'm still taking Iron Man, and like I said, because I don't know. I guess now having watched Invincible, I just see how the nigga Cecil just he be calling the plays from the booth. You know how they have the OC up in the booth sometimes, like, and I'm like, that's how they could have had the Avengers and that shit. Like Cecil be running shit, bro. Like I don't know. Like I don't think that would be.
There are
a bad
also a
thing
lot
for the
more
heroes.
superheroes for Cecil to use, but
Of course, yeah.
I don't know. I
they not have
I
catastrophes, though,
understand
in
why
the show?
this. I understand why the government would want it. I don't understand why any of the superheroes would want it.
Oh,
It's
of
not
course,
believable
yeah.
the way they set it
Okay.
up in the MCU. And
Well.
what I'll also another point I was gonna say, I think they tried to substitute like Reed Richards and with Vision and Wanda, and
Ooh.
I got that from the movie when I first saw it, and I thought it was the most anticlimactic waste of a conflict ever because it literally had no implication. Infinity War, nor the rest of this movie.
I'm
They
glad you
just
said
did
that,
so they could
Johnny.
fight against each other in the airport, and it was just a waste. Because the other thing was Vision never been on Tony Stark's side in the comic.
Johnny,
Ever.
I'm glad you said that because now I'm actually kind of mad, bro. Because I don't know. I already said it. The Fantastic Four storyline in the comic was crazy. I don't know. I also just Wanda and Vision, like I don't.
Is
Yeah,
Wanda
he
not
got in the
soloing
prison.
Vision?
No
Hey, look at
aura.
this.
No aura.
Can you
This
go to
this
can you go to the airport battle?
Oh wait, hold on.
this
Is that Ant
cowboys,
Man?
this cowboys fucking
Was that Ant Man back
jail
there?
scene. Yep.
Yeah,
Goat.
100%.
You
The
see these
the,
niggas
the
Yeah.
most
clinking a metal
divisive
can on
movie
the.
in the MCU, according to
I'll
the great
see you guys
debaters.
later, man.
Good night, man. Thanks for
All right,
All
man.
right,
debating.
Cam.
It was
Alright.
great debate.
What else was I
Yep.
gonna say? I
Wait,
had some
Team
things.
Iron Man.
no, never mind. Go ahead.
Team Iron Man. I'm out.
Can I give you guys a plot
Go
and you guys
Sure.
tell
90s.
me if you think that this would play
Bang
out
bang.
better in the MCU?
Go ahead.
I think that if they would have fought in the prison like they did in the
Oh my
comics,
gosh.
fought there and slowly would have released Hero, like they would have been pressing controls, releasing Hero.
They didn't have enough though, like you
I
said.
think if they didn't, but I think you could have like set up something where Vision accidentally cripples Rhodey, and then that's the end of the fight. That's the equivalent of someone dying right there, or whoever cripples dies. Whatever, I don't care. Someone gets hurt, or there's some like, like maybe they get teleported somewhere, and then they're fighting in the middle of the city, and to stop the fight, and to take a stand, Spider-Man's kind of like, fine, like guys, like
Oh yeah. Here it is.
I'll unmask myself. He unmasks himself, and then at the end of the movie, he's walking around, walking to school, and he gets jumped and put in a coma as a substitute to Johnny.
I kind of like that you said that, Johnny, because honestly, yeah, I think one of the heroes should have, gotten hurt or something, or been some type of collateral damage.
There's no dying
So
unless you're
War
Quicksilver.
Machine didn't fall out the sky.
He fell out the sky.
Who?
Can you tell me
War Machine, he didn't get shot
how
out the
that
sky.
affected him or affected the story at all?
Number one, I see what you're saying. There was no Ragnarok moment in this movie. I understand that.
They shouldn't have let him walk again.
Well, to be fair, Marvel made a lot of bad choices because if you saw Secret Invasion, the TV show, which is fucking terrible, they fucked up a lot of things. So, the only thing I will say is they try to just show how it was tearing them apart unnecessarily. That's what War Machine's fall was basically saying. Because even though they're technically on the same side, they were so focused on their side, and it blinded them to the damage they were not only causing other people but each other. I think if someone would have died in this movie, you would have to be very particular who you chose to die because they can no longer be in future installments. And yeah, I mean, I think it's better that in Infinity War you just have everyone on deck. Honestly, it basically just bolstered the roster to fight Thanos, even though they still lost.
It just kind of seems like they just treated Civil War kind of like as not the big event that it was in the comics, and I see that is kind of a Johnny's criticism on it, which.
No, that's very valid. I agree. I agree with that part.
They
I
treat
just
it
don't
as a
agree when he
stepping
says
stone
it's a
rather
bad
than
movie.
a big event.
Can you go to the
It's
airport battle?
Captain America movie, technically.
Yeah. Can you go to the airport battle, please?
Yeah, let me watch this Spider-Man.
Oh, and that's another issue I have with.
Oh, and
it's not really a Captain America movie. It's another Avengers movie.
It's Avengers 2.5 for sure.
And I hate that.
It just follows
They don't want to label it.
Yeah.
No, I agree with it, Johnny. I think that the same reason why I think they dropped the ball on the Secret Invasion storyline, they should have made that a whole saga. Personally, with the Skrull invasion impersonating superheroes, that should have been its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they condensed it into a fucking shitty ass Disney Plus show. But Civil War, I agree, it should have been more.
Not ruined, but
the thing is, so when you think about the creatives who make these projects, they're thinking about scalability. So they start off with just a domestic threat, well, extraterrestrial threat in the heart of New York, which is it's city level, and then they move to country level, and then for Infinity War they move to planetary universal, and now for Doomsday they're doing multiversal. Like they're trying to properly scale up every threat.
Yeah.
So I think with the timeline that they had, the characters that they had at their disposal, and the contracts that were signed at the time, they just made do with what they had. I wouldn't have used Civil War, I would have
Exactly.
kept that in the tuck for when they did have all their characters. But like I said before, who knows when that would have literally happened? Because if Fox or if Sony had decided, "Hey, we're not going to play ball with y'all," it would have just never came to fruition at all. This is actually just a testament to two different studios coming together to make an agreement to share characters, which I thought was pretty dope. Because Spider-Man is still currently owned by Sony, if most people don't know that.
Yeah.
Um, they just have the creative control to be used in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I think that the smaller scale of Civil War was on purpose, like Johnny was saying. Like Marvel literally just made this movie to divide the Avengers for Thanos' arrival.
It's a stepping stone.
So yeah, it really was just a stepping stone. Even though it was a stepping stone, I still felt the impact of the film. I did
I
buy
agree.
into Tony and Cap no longer being friends because of what presented itself. If Iron Man watched his fucking parents get murked by Steve's best friend, who Steve is still defending, that is good enough alone for me to be engaged in the conversation or the scene. Because number one, Cap is clearly chosen a side, and it's not Iron Man's side, and therefore they're gonna fight. So I can see that. Iron Man doesn't want to hurt Cap. Cap doesn't want to hurt Iron Man, but they just can't come to an agreement on anything. Uh, they it's a smaller scale version of the comic because, like you said, the Fantastic Four is missing. A lot of the mutants are missing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what more you wanted them to do with what they had.
But that's the. I mean, they didn't have to do this. I think that's kind of his point. But I'm not mad at it. I still think it's one of the best MCU movies personally. But I can
Agree.
understand the criticisms as it's different when Johnny read the comic first, so you got certain expectations. Like you said, Trey, expectations are always a huge part of how you perceive a film. So
Yeah, I knew the
can't be
comic
mad at
before this movie too, and to be fair with you, I was kind of I had that Johnny's take before the movie came out. I was
You were
like, why the fuck are
skeptical.
they doing Civil War this? Yeah, I was like, why are they doing it this early? This seemed premature. Um, but then when I
Yes.
watched the movie for the story that they told within the context of the other movies that came
Yep.
prior and the movies that came after, it just made more sense when you think about the whole picture.
I agree with that.
But in the moment, in a vacuum, yes, I agree with Johnny. They probably should have waited, but now we're here.
Okay. So you already did the final count. It was Iron Man, Iron Man. Who else?
I took Iron Man's side in the movie
Yeah.
purely because Spider Man's on that team and he's my favorite, and also uh I don't know, I just Cap's team didn't really do it for me. Cap was cool, but like Bucky, Falcon, like all right, cool, whatever. I'm not really
Man.
invested in those people.
But yeah,
I don't do y'all think Iron Man was in the wrong before we hop off? Do y'all think Iron Man was in the wrong for this?
in the movie,
Yeah.
no.
Cause do you know how some people view Iron Man, whether it be the comics or the movie, they kind of say like he's the quote unquote antagonist, especially since it's Captain America's movie, you know?
Nah, he's not in the wrong in this at all, bro.
Okay.
But but yeah,